Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 17 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. This game will take place down in Atlanta, who's obviously having a very disappointing season here. And, if I would have told you in Week 17, the game wouldn't mean anything to Atlanta, but would mean a lot to Carolina. And the reason it didn't mean a lot to Atlanta was because they were so far out of it. You would probably think I was crazy at the beginning of the season, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. The Panthers at 11-4, looking to stake a claim to the NFC South, looking to also maybe stake a claim to a bye in the NFC as well. So they still have a lot to play for coming off that big win last week against New Orleans. Big injury for the Panthers, though, is Steve Smith. He has a strained PCL. It looks like he won't play in Week 17, so he is ready for that playoff run, which I agree with. If he's not all systems go, this is a very important game as far as seeding goes for the Panthers, but better to rest him, to come back healthy for the playoffs, certainly. Now you have Cam Newton in a situation, though, where he's now without his best receiver. They're going to need Brandon LaFell to step up. They're going to need Ted Ginn to step up. And they're going to need that running game to be strong as it has been all season. The Panthers have not been explosive on offense. Steve Smith is one of the only explosive players they have. So we'll see how they navigate without Steve Smith. From a Falcons standpoint, I thought the Falcons afforded themselves very well at San Francisco last week in a very tough environment to play, especially considering it was the last game at Candlestick. They were in that game till that late interception to Navarro Bowman. So Matt Ryan threw for 350 yards in that game. Can he have success against this Panthers defense? A large part of that will be, can that Atlanta offensive line, block the pass rush of the Panthers? I know it sounds simple to just look at that matchup, but I think it's key because I think if Matt Ryan gets time to throw, he's going to be able to put up some numbers against this against this Panthers secondary. This is the last game in the career, it looks like, of Tony Gonzalez. Certainly not the way he wanted to go out from a wins and losses perspective, but I expect a big effort out of him, and I expect a big effort out of his team because I think he's a guy who's the teammates, the coaches, the organization have a lot of respect for him, and they want to try to send him off the best way possible. So I expect a big effort from Atlanta in this game. I expect them to be very competitive in this game, but you got to look at that Carolina defense. I mean, they only allow 87 yards rushing on the season. They've really been great in a way of not letting up points as well. You look at Atlanta only averaging like 75 yards a game on the ground. Atlanta giving up a lot of yards both through the air and on the ground. Atlanta not able to really get any kind of pass rush going this year. So while I think Atlanta will play well, I think they'll revert back to, being the Atlanta we've seen pretty much all season. A team that can be competitive, but usually finds a way to really not come up that big in a close game. So while I like Atlanta +6, I like Carolina to really know what they need to do and pull out a win here in a really big game for them from a seeding perspective and to actually get that NFC South crown. So guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Again, Atlanta +6, but Carolina to win the game. Let me know what you think, guys. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week. We'll be previewing the playoffs. Also, we'll be getting into my NFL draft stuff as well. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.